Hello, 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 everybody. This is Dr. Renita, the founder and visionary of The Refining Life. And I am so excited that today is day one of Refining the Mind Women's Conference 2021. We all need to know it is already done. It's already done. And here on night one, we have an incredible speaker. She's not new to any of us, not in the refining life, but if you're new to the refining life, just be ready for a treat. Shahane Toler is starting us off this evening. So go ahead, sit back, relax. Actually, don't relax. Sit back and engage. Engage. Make sure you got paper and pencil and be ready for all the amazingness that is coming your way. Refining the Mind Women's Conference 2021, fully virtual and fully impactful. Be ready to reflect, revive, and rejoice this week. Make sure you join every day. And here's the challenge. Not only do we need you to join every day, invite a friend. Invite a new friend. Each day is 7 days, 7 days, seven, the number of completion, 7 days of amazingness. So invite a friend every day. And you know what? The Refining Life has a goal. We have a goal for this week. Not only do we want to make sure that you're impacted and that you're taken care of, we also want to make sure that we raise money because we're already starting to think about in our mind year eight. This is year 7 of Refining the Mind. We're thinking about year 8 and all the big, amazing things that we can do. So our goal is to raise $3,000. We want to raise $3,000 over these 7 days, and I know that we can do it. And with that $3,000, it will be a jump start point for year 8 of Refining the Mind Women's Conference. So make sure that you're here every night. You don't want to miss a single speaker, but make sure that you donate. You can see right there. You can see all of the information about donations for the Refining Life, but make sure that you're ready. Love you all. See you later. Enjoy Shahane. Bye.
Hello, everybody. I am Shahane Toler, and welcome to night one. I hope you are telling your friends. So if you got your cell phone right there, go ahead and text them and say, hey, get on, watch this with me, or come on over here, and tell them that all this week you're going to be able to watch the Refining Life Conference online, virtually, and it's awesome. So there is no excuse. So you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm about to take my shoes off because that's what you can do. You can take your shoes off. Look how slow I am comfortable. I can dance and run and all that good stuff. So take your shoes off, go grab a pen, grab some paper, and let's engage with each other, okay? So today's topic is controlling your weight by letting go. Yeah, we gotta lose some weight, right? We don't even wait till January 1. We gotta lose some weight, right? I'm not talking about losing pounds, y'all, but we can lose that too. It's bigger than that. We gotta lose some weight. You know, as a female, we go through so many of these emotions, especially, you know what I mean when I say emotions, the roller coaster, that monthly roller coaster that we go on, and all those other little people and big people that live in your house that take you on these roller coaster rides. You have a lot of weight. But the weight that I am talking about is the weight of your past and how you need to let it go so that you can move forward. So that roller coaster ride become like, woo! No hands, I got this, no hands. All right, so I want you to write this down. How much do I weigh? Write that down. How much do you weigh? How much do you weigh? Like really, don't look at the scale. Don't step on no scale right now. Don't be running your bathroom trying to weigh yourself and say, oh, I weigh 100 and such pounds and I need to lose 15, 20 pounds and so on. No, don't do that. How much do you weigh? So over the years of growing up from like a teen to an adult and to this full-grown woman that you are, you come in contact with many people, many influencers, from the ones that you live with, from the people that you're around, from the YouTube influencers. All these people are influencing you, right? So you're packing on weight from those influences. So they could be good, it could be bad. You know how that scale go like this? Or you have a dumbbell. You might have a dumbbell on one side is 5 pounds, the other side is 10 pounds, and you're like, oh my God, I don't even know, am I lifting 15 pounds, or am I lifting 10 pounds, or am I lifting 5 pounds? Well, you're probably lifting it all. So what did you gain from those influences? What did you pick up? Did you learn how to cook and clean from your mom or your dad? Or maybe You learn how to do yard work. Maybe your dad or your mom taught you how to cut the grass and edge up the yard, and you're like, "Ooh, that thing is looking good." You're all excited. I cooked that spaghetti. That thing looked good. Um, Maybe someone showed you how to balance a checkbook, and your bank account is on point. If it is, you can send me $1 right now. No, you can send We're Finding Life a donation if that checkbook is balanced right. You know what I'm saying? So, but what is it that you picked up? Those influences gave you something. They gave you good things, and some of them may have gave you some bad things, or I should say, not so good things, bad habits. So what did you gain from that? Are you carrying around all those things that you've learned, good and bad? How much do you weigh? So I want you to take one moment with that question. How much do I weigh? What have I learned that I am so good at that someone in my life taught me? So whether it's cooking, cleaning, work ethics, whether it's balancing your checkbook, whatever it may be, write that down. What am I good at? What do I feel so confident in? You might be putting on makeup. Your mom may have showed you how to put on a bomb makeup. I don't know if you saw Rena's lipstick, but that is setting right. I just learned something today. I just learned how to put on that lipstick right. You know what I mean? So, what did you learn? So write that down. Put that on a piece of paper. And then I want you to take a little scale. So not scale, but a weight. I have this little weight right here. So I want you to take a little weight, draw it, whether it's a stick figure or not. And then I want you to write all those good things that you've learned on one side, just on one side, all right? So cook, clean, yard work, balance your checkbook, put on your lipstick like Renita, looking all popping and lips looking all great and all that good stuff. Your hair might be on point. You may have had a hairstylist in your house and learn how to do hair. I remember back when I was in middle school, this girl named Tiffany, her mom did hair. That girl hair was on point every single day. And they had the clip-on fake ponytails, and I had that thing as soon as by the end of the day, that ponytail was like right here because I didn't clip it onto the side. I didn't care. But they're like, oh my gosh, honey, you let my mom do your hair. Like, I'm like, girl, I didn't want to your mom do my hair. I'm gonna use this clip-on ponytail. It's gonna be on top in the morning, on the side in the afternoon. Because that's how I'm rolling. That's how I roll. I still roll like that. I just don't have a clip-on. So anyway, so what you really have to look at is what are you carrying with you? So now really sit back and think. Think about this. Did you pick up your mother's or your father's or your auntie or your friends or somebody else's temper? And you're like, I got a bad temper, but my mom was like that. Or my dad was like that. Or my grandma was like that. Speaking of grandma, my grandmother had these bow legs. And I knew when I was in trouble, when I hear her walking, it was boom, boom. She walked like this. She said, Shahane or what? She called me by my whole name. And I'm like, oh my God, this woman is about to kill me. I'm going to die. I'm not going to make it to 10. I'm going to die today. So if you picked up a temper like that, write that down. I got a bad temper. Write it down. It's okay. We're gonna get this right. Just write it down. Own it. Own it. Did you learn how to keep a secret? Now, my mom was good for this. And I ain't talking bad about my mom. I take ownership. She take ownership. But she would tell me a secret, and you knew that secret was a lie. You already knew. You already knew. Don't tell such and such now. This is between you and I. You're gonna keep that secret between us, right? That's how we good. We good with each other, right? You know it's a lie because you feel it right there, right? But you learn how to keep those secret lie. You learn how to do that over the years. So it's not a big deal. These are habits that we picked up, and it's like, oh, that's not a big deal. I got this. Nobody needs to know. Did you learn how to bottle up your feelings? Because no one ever asked, how are you doing today? Are you okay? You look like you're a little sad. Or you look like you was in your room a little bit longer today than you were yesterday. Did anybody ever ask you how you felt and really listen versus telling you that you shouldn't feel that way? Did you pick that up over the years and bottling up your feelings by putting it inside and holding it there and don't even express it because it didn't matter because you felt like you didn't matter, right? So if you have that, write that down. Did you learn that failure was not an option? Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm a mama, and I learned this over the years. I have a teenage daughter, and I used to use those words. Failure is not an option. But as I educated myself and sought counseling to understand what I was saying and putting into my child, is that failure is not an option, but perfectionist is. That's still wrong. We have to fall to get back up. We have to fail to learn. So failure doesn't mean that you have fallen and you cannot keep going. Failure means I have learned that the stove is hot and I can't just put my hand on that thing. I got to put a pot on there and put pot holders on my hands when I'm taking something out the oven. Failure is educating yourself to be better so you don't repeat that mistake or failure again. So, did someone tell you this? Failure is not an option. And if you have that in you, then you are in the right place. So, write that down. Now, let's get to the good stuff, right? So, failure is not an option. Do you have a bad temper? Did you learn secrets or lies? Little white lies, Write all that down on that one side of the weight. So you have your good and you have your not so good, right? All of that can be fused together. And you come into fear on one side, right? Fear. You have fear of failing. You have fear of someone not accepting you. You have fear of being hurt. And then let's say you went through a divorce, a breakup, a parent leaving, having a single family home to having a full family home, but the absence still of one parent, abandonment issues. So you have abandonment on that side. You have loneliness. No one ever asks, hey, how are you doing? Are you okay? I am really concerned about listening to you and not telling you what you should feel. Do you feel like you've been isolated and no one could connect to you? That's a sign of loneliness. Shame. Did something happen to you, such as molestation, rape, or anything like that, and you feel shame for it? Or did someone tell you that you're not pretty or you're not good enough and you feel shame for that? Are you carrying all of that? And then you have ego. Ego. Lord have mercy. Can the world come together? Ego is the biggest thing, right? So it's nothing wrong with having an ego. It is all about how you use that ego. Are you using that ego to blind yourself from the reality? Or are you using that ego to see the reality? So you have all that on one side. And the acronym for that is FALSE, right? You have this false side of your weight, right? So let's go to the other side. We have family. You have a big family. Oh, I'm going to get married. I'm going to have X amount of kids. I'm going to go to college and get educated. I am going to buy all these new things. I'm going to have a new car. I'm going to have new clothes. I'm going to have new shoes. I'm going to have a new hairdo. I'm going to have some new nails. I'm going to just do the new thing, Everything I got is going to be brand new because my mom always gave me hand-me-downs. So I'm going to have a brand new everything, Your career. You have may strive to be a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever it may be, the manager of McDonald's, the manager of Chick-fil-A. I mean, they pay good, I heard these days. They ain't nothing like what it was back in the day, you know what I'm saying? And then entitlement. You may feel like everyone owe you something because of what you did not have. But no one knows about what you did not have because everyone still always owe you something. So everybody thinks you have everything. So you acronym for that is fence. So you take false and you take offense, right? So you have this false inside stuff going on with you. And then you have this fence that you have put around that white picket fence and that beautiful house and that Tesla in the driveway. You know what I'm saying? You put that fence around all of that and you have all this stuff that's behind this new thing. And it's all false. It's not you. It's not who you are. You have family that you're not really communicating with because you have fear of telling him of who you really are. You know, you are educated, but you continue to use this education, but still have fear dealing with abandonment issues. You have loneliness, so you buy new things to cope with that. You have shame inside of you, but your career makes you feel like, oh, I'm something and I'm better. And then you have your ego, which is where your entitlement comes in. So you take all that and you have all this weight on each side, right? So when you take all that, you put it all together. You got all this guilt, you have doubt, you have unforgiveness, you have fear, and you have control without control. Are you trying to fix your weight by fixing others so you can continue to cover up everything that you have? So I saw this quote and it says, when you see something wrong with everyone else, it forces you to see what's wrong with you. And I can't remember who actually said it. It was a book I was reading. But I know I'm a fixer and I want to fix every problem. And I had to realize, why do I want to fix everybody else's problems? And this is like, I'm still like to fix problems this day. But before, I was fixing everybody else's problems and I was a mess, a total mess. It's because I was running away from my problems and didn't have the strength to fix my own problems. So is this something that you're dealing with that you need to take off? Because that scale going to drop down. When you take that out of you, you might be able to breathe a little bit. Is it something that you're dealing with that you need to take away? So, false. Contrary to fact or truth, right? Fence. A structure serving as an enclosed barrier or boundary usually made by posts or stakes to join together. So we have this false life behind this fence that we're trying to live in this world, right? Let's take all that down. So I want you to close your eyes, visualize your dream home or your current home, whatever it may be that's going on in your mind. Then I want you to visualize everything that you know that you've been through that you still carry with you, because you know you still carry it with you. If you have anger in your heart, close your eyes now. I can't see you, but I can see you. Close your eyes. I'm talking, you just close your eyes. So close your eyes and visualize this. Do you have anger in your heart? Did you go through some hurt and pain with a sibling, with a family member, with a spouse, a bad divorce? Are you dealing with that? Did you get fired from your job? Are you dealing with that? Now, what happened to that point? What parts can you take ownership of? So you can't take ownership of all of it, because in every situation, there is A and a B side that makes that completion of what could have happened to what the outcome is. Keep your eyes closed. So visualize that. Look at that thing. Feel that pain. Embrace it, because it makes you stronger. Now open your eyes. Now, if it was a divorce, or if it was a parent that disappointed you, put yourself in that person's shoes now. I know you're like, I don't even like that. I don't even want to do all that, you know. Put yourself in that person's shoes or that particular situation. I'm not asking you to say, forget about it. I'm asking you to put yourself in that person's shoes. Now look at yourself. So you're stepping outside of yourself and completely in that situation, and feel it and embrace it. Embrace that fear, embrace that hunger, embrace whatever it may be, and see it for what it truly is. Now step back out and get back into yourself. Now I'm going to tell you an example of my situation with my divorce and how that led from abandonment issues, but it came from way before that divorce. I brought it into that marriage. So I had to take ownership of my part. Yeah, my ex-husband may have left, but I also dealt with abandonment issues then. So I was trying to control something that I didn't want to happen that still happened, but I wasn't even present in the moment. So I want you to take the time right now and let go of that Look at your present moment and be present. If you dealt with rape or some type of pain that was still mentally traumatic with you. Now, I'm not a counselor, but I will tell you, I have sought counseling, and that's something you want to do too. But you have to take ownership of that and say, that happened to me. I shouldn't feel shame. But you can teach others to get through it as well. So, stepping outside of yourself, looking at it at a different angle helps you get back into where you're supposed to be at this present moment. We run and we hide behind all of this weight, and it becomes a burden, something heavy that you carry around. So what do you do when you gain weight? What's the first thing we do? We go get our big girl pants. We put on a big girl sweatshirt. Especially, we can't wait, especially if you overweight. You love some wintertime because you ain't got to show nothing. You wear that sweatshirt and everybody tell you look small. They're like, girl, look, you look so much. I know, right? I got on my husband's sweatshirt. You're all excited and stuff. But you can conceal and hide all that stuff. You can put your lipstick on, your makeup on, do your hair, do all these things to cover up what's really going on inside of you. Let go that weight. How much do you really weigh? Don't weigh all that. Let it go. Let it go. Got my notes right here in front of me. So, I'm just going to keep it real with y'all, okay? So, our greatest freedom can be found in our divine ability to choose our own thoughts. Free yourself. Let go that weight. Find that freedom by choosing your thoughts, by choosing your actions, by choosing to deal with whatever it may be. We go every single day doing the same things over and over and over and over again to where they become habits, and some things become bad habits. You have got to really learn to let it go and embrace the moment. Like now, I'm standing here in front of you. I took my shoes off. If I was to take my necklace and put it like this, and I'm talking to y'all, somebody over there like, man, why don't you move that necklace back? Why don't you put that back? Oh my God, it's out of place. That's something that you may have picked up from someone else, an influencer. Like, you're only seeing right now what's on the surface instead of listening to the deep part of my words that can help you, what's going to help you with inside. So if I put that back now, you can listen to me, right? You can hear me, right? No, because you're really not trying to take it all in. We don't want to deal with it. Deal with it. Take that weight and deal with it. Pick it up and find that it weighs 2 different weights on each end. Pick it up and deal with it. Low self-image people are totally controlled by winning the good opinion of others, said Abraham Maslow, right? So we go out the door, gotta have my Louis Vuitton bag, my necklace, my earrings, in my Tesla, rolling, and I'm gonna crack the window. You know your AC work. I'm gonna roll the window down so everybody can see me, especially when I go to car pickup line. Yeah, I need them to see what I'm rolling in. You see me rolling? You know your AC working. It's hot outside. Why are you riding the Tesla with your windows down? You got tint for a reason, but you need to be seen. You need that validation that people know who you are and what you have. You don't need that. All you need to know is who you are and what you have and what you did to get there. That's it. So don't be a low self-image person by looking for opinion and validation from others. PTO moms will make you feel that way. Let me tell you something. You roll up in PTO meetings and you're like, oh man, I got to make sure I carry my bag. I got to make sure my hair done, all that stuff. I roll up in the PTO meeting. I ain't even got this on. I'm dressed nice today just because I'm doing this thing. But I started to come up here with a hat on, with my headscarf on. That's how I dropped my kid off this morning. But it is a time and a place to look good. Don't be rolling out the house with your bonnet on. All right. I'm just going to put it out there. It's my pet peeve. Don't roll out the house with your bonnet on. Be authentic, true to yourself, but don't worry about the opinions of others. Our very business in life is not to get ahead of others, but to get ahead of ourselves, said Thomas Monson. So don't spend time trying to be better than Tiffany over there. If your name's Tiffany, I ain't talking about you, okay? So Tiffany over there, she got the Tesla. I don't know what kind they got. She got the long one, and you got the short one. But you want the long one that with the back that lift up and it fly, you know. So I gotta go get the one like Tiffany over there. Or Tiffany got the red bottom shoes, and you paint your red on the bottom. So you can look like you got it all going on like Tiffany. Be your authentic self and embrace it. If you had scars, if you fail, if some things happen to you, own it. Because you know why? It's not about others. It's about being a better version of yourself. So every day you wake up, you get an opportunity to start over, to press restart, or to continue. It can be both, or it can be one or the other. Look at every day. I am releasing myself of my past weight, and I am growing into a person that I am meant to be each and every day. It is a stepping stone to be better, to be stronger, to be a better version of yourself. I had another note here that I wanted to say as well. What am I good enough? What is good enough, and what is not good enough for myself, not for someone else? And I say that I have an issue with this because I used to be that person trying to be good enough for everyone else and never really asking myself, how do I feel? Remember when I said before, to write down those things, did anybody ever ask you how you felt? Did you ask you how you felt? You know, so being able to express that and letting go what was, letting go of that past weight. We don't need to be obese with all these dang on emotional roller coaster stuff going on inside of us. Let it go. Be your authentic self. If you like to wear Mitch Mac shoes, wear it. Who cares? It's you. You can do that. You know? So what I am is good enough if I would be openly. So be open to be good enough for yourself. Be good to yourself. Embrace who you are. Embrace your scars. Embrace those things that you once had, and don't make them a habit or an excuse on why you are what you are. If your mom and dad had a bad temper and you picked it up, and you can say, oh yeah, I picked up my temper from my mom. You know how you got to do with your hand here. I picked up my temper from my mom, you know, rolling your neck and all that good stuff. That don't make it okay. That don't make it cool. If you can say it just like that, put it down. Don't pick it up, put it down. Let it go. And work on it every single day. Yeah, you may be the person that flip people off when they go past you and all that stuff, driving down the road in your Tesla, because it drives for you. So now you can do both hands and do all this stuff, you know, all that. Let it go. Don't pick up that temper. Don't be that way. Try to change that every single day, because that's not cool. Yeah, it may have been a part of you, but it's not really who you are. And what I have learned, when you let go of weight and you let go of all these influences that you have picked up over time, you really find who you are, and you embrace it, and you actually love it. You know, it's like, dang, man, if I did this 10 years ago, I'd probably be here. You know, we get into this world and we think that we're supposed to be like someone else, and we're supposed to follow in these footsteps, and we're supposed to do this and do that. It's like a family business. If I ran a McDonald's and I had one kid, who am I to say that's what she want to do? That might not be her path. We are all born for a purpose, and we have to fulfill that purpose by finding that purpose. You can't find it in someone else. You have to find it in yourself. And it's asking these deep questions and really owning it. When you go out with your friends, remember I used to say, girl, what you wearing? Oh, I'm gonna wear some blue jeans and a purple top, you know? I said purple because of refining life. I just use purple, right? You know, so I'm wearing some blue jeans and a purple top. And then you wear blue jeans and a purple top. But really red is your favorite color. You don't even like purple. Why are you wearing purple? Why are you doing like your friend over here? Why are you acting like them? Be who you are and love it. Because if you're trying to get love from other people, people love you for who you are and everything that you are. And if they don't, then they're not your people. It's just that simple, plain and simple, you know? Um, One more thing I want to add to as well. We all go to church, have been to church if you have and have not. You know, say, sit down in the pew, right? Sit down, be quiet, listen while the preacher preach. Okay. But then no one ever really explained to you after you listen while the preacher preach, right? So you just going to church and you just going to church, just doing church, right? And then somebody give you a Bible and say, okay, this is your Bible. All right, make sure you read your Bible. No one showed you what thy, they, though, he, this, that, me. They just said read the Bible. And you're like, I don't even understand this language. You're like, what is going on, right? We have to be taught things, and it's okay if you were not taught. But as soon as you learn that you were not taught, find the resources to be taught. We don't know it all, and that's what you have to let go. You cannot control it all. You don't know it all. You can't put this false stuff behind a pretty fence and look like you know it all, because eventually that white fence gonna turn gray. That white fence gonna fall down. Your boundaries are going to fall because the falseness is going to overpower it. And when you can't handle it anymore, that's when you run into all these different things. Families fall apart. I don't know why my daughter's doing this. Oh, I don't know why my child is doing this. I don't know why I cry in the shower every day. I don't know why I'm sad. I don't know why my husband left me or whatever. I'm just being what they want me to be. But be who you're supposed to be. And that's where it all comes down to, how much do you weigh? Let go. When you shed everything off and you be your authentic self, that's when you open up the doors to so many other things that you have control. It's a different type of control. So as you leave today and you log off and you have your friends around you, or you call your friend up and say, hey, did you watch that or whatever? Some of y'all might not even like what I had to say, and that's fine. But I know it's gonna marinate in your mind. You're gonna think about something, whether it's good or bad. You're gonna talk about me. It's okay. It is all right. I'm fine with that. But I want you to marinate on this. Ask your friend, girl, how much you think I weigh? No, I ain't talking about the scale. How much you think I weigh? Your friend, if you have a real true friend that's going to be honest with you, they're like, girl, you get mad at everybody, and sometimes we just don't even know. You know, we don't even know what to do. And I'm going to close with this. It's funny. My husband probably going to kill me when I tell you this. So back in the day, you know, when they wore the do-rags and stuff, right? So his sister used to tell me the story all the time. He wore a do-rag to keep his waves, you know, smooth and all that stuff. He put the do-rag on and then he'd take it off. And that line would be right there on his forehead. And so they still talk about him about this line, and people talk about it. But no one ever told him about the line on his forehead from when he wore the do-rag. And as he said, well, why y'all never told him? They was like, boy, you had a temper. We weren't about to mess with you like that. Let that wall down so somebody can tell you what you need to hear. Be open to receive the truth so you can let go, because you can't hide behind that picket fence forever. Let it go. And with that being said, know your way. Know I love you. If you are good with that textbook, don't forget to donate to Refining Life so we can do this again next year. I love y'all. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you to be ready? Shahane never lets us down. She is something like amazing. So that weight, she talked to you about it. Make sure you deal with it, right? Right. do all the things. Make sure you go ahead, take the time, sleep on this, process it tomorrow, work again with it. But then tomorrow night, be right back here for our next guest. Don't forget, we have a goal of $3,000 to raise this week, and I think we can meet and exceed that. Donation information is right there, right there. Go ahead and donate. You already see the wonderful product that we do give to you, and it's a gift and a blessing to be able to provide that for you. Once again, this is Dr. Renita, the founder and visionary of The Refining Life, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye.